Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We have an incredible group here today. I'm so thankful that we have such a great group of advocates and supporters. My name is Andrea Cianfrani. I'm the Associate Executive Director at LiveOn New York, and we are here to talk about the importance of building community through services for older New Yorkers, especially here in the Bronx, which is full of incredible older New Yorkers advocating to build their communities, as well as nonprofits who are serving them every day with critical services to help us keep us in our communities as we age. So we are here today. You're going to hear from some incredible elected leaders who will talk more about the work. But I really wanted to kick us off today by welcoming and saying Happy Older Americans Month. It's great that we're here to start and kick off May, celebrating the contributions older Americans, older New Yorkers make as we build our communities. So what we're talking about today is the importance of funding services in the city budget. At LiveOn New York, we believe that the city budget is representative of our values as a city and our priorities, and we know that services to support older New Yorkers are critical to all of us as we age, and building a New York for all of us, a more equitable New York. So that is what we are here to advocate for today. And you see it every day, the incredible, thank you for being here to speak about what the value of these services is in your communities. It's older adult centers, it's NORCs, it's Meals on Wheels programs, it's case management, it's affordable senior housing, and many, many more services. So we know that these services need funding to build and grow, to support us all as we age. So you're going to hear a lot more, but I wanted to pass it over to one of the incredible providers here in the Bronx, Dr. Anderson Torres with Rain Total Care, to get us rolling. Thank you, Anderson.
Thank you, thank you. What better day to mark it off than the day that starts out your month of celebration, which should be every day anyway, ¿verdad? So let's make some noise. Rótulo para arriba. Signs, come on. Yell it, scream it. Más, more support. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you now to your Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias a todos. Bienvenidos. Welcome to Bronx Borough Hall. I am so grateful to serve as your Bronx Borough President. I am honored to be here with LiveOn New York, with Dr. Anderson Torres and Rain Total Care, and our very own District 16 Council Member, Althea Stevens. And to all of our advocates, our champions for older adults. We begin this month of May recognizing Older Adult Americans Month throughout the entire country, where we come together and raise awareness around issues that are important to older adults, making sure that we provide the real affordable housing, the wraparound services, access to health care, dealing with elder abuse in our communities, and making sure that we protect our seniors. Our seniors have had our backs, and now we must have their backs, right? So today, LiveOn begins its advocacy working with elected officials, including Speaker Adrian Adams and members of the New York City Council, as they are working hard on a budget for the city of New York. Today is Bronx Advocacy Day, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be than with all of my advocates right here in the Boogie Down Bronx. So we know later on this month we will have advocacy days throughout the city of New York, as well as May 11th. We will be on the steps of City Hall, but I'm so grateful. Oh, no, not the steps. City Hall Park, probably. Okay, City Hall Park. But I'm so grateful to be here at Bronx Borough Hall to stand with all of you, because we know that any proposed budget must be a reflection of our values. A budget is a document that provides a blueprint for what we care about. We care about our older adults. We care about the services provided at our senior centers, at our NORCs. We care about Meals on Wheels and congregate meals for our residents. We care about those that are shut in, those that are not able to come out and get food and have home delivered meals. And so today we are standing here as elected officials, as advocates and community organizations to advocate for a budget that does not cut our services, but adds to our services, right? And sadly, we are seeing proposed cuts. We are seeing $7 million cut in older adult centers. That's not good. $5 million in cuts for home delivered meals. That ain't right. And the elimination of $1 million of a one-time reimbursement for home delivered meals just in this adopted budget alone, just in this proposed budget. That ain't right. And so we are here to stand with RAIN, with all of our advocacy groups and non-for-profits that serve our older adults, calling on the administration, Mayor Eric Adams, and City Hall officials to stand with our seniors. We ask for your votes, and we want to make sure that your vote comes with the services that you deserve. So in addition to RAIN, I want to thank LiveOn New York, AARP, UJA Federation of New York, City Meals on Wheels, United Neighborhood Houses, FPWA, the New York Academy of Medicine Center for Healthy Aging, Councilmember Althea Stevens, and so many of us who are here today. We are also calling for pay parity for human service workers who have been in the trenches, our senior center directors, our case managers, our clinicians, our psychiatrists, the medical professionals, everyone that makes our NORCs and our senior centers run and operate, all the way down to the lunchroom staff and all of the aides that keep our centers operable. Human service workers are valuable parts of our infrastructure, and they don't get the pay that they deserve. And many of our human service workers, as you all know, are women and women of color. So we have to stand up and make sure that they get livable wages and not poverty wages. The programs that we are talking about have proven successful. They make a difference. When we are investing in our older adults, we are investing in our borough. And that is important for us to make sure that our older adults know that you do not do this work by yourself. During my time in the City Council, I was proud to stand with LiveOn New York and many others in advocating for more money for the 6-day congregate meal, making sure that our senior centers were open and available. And let me also add, technology is important for our older adults, because during the pandemic, many of us were disconnected. We did not have the digital equity and the tech access to reach out to loved ones and family members. And so many of our seniors were living by themselves in isolation when our centers had to close the doors. We had to move to remote settings, to telehealth, health and wellness checks. And while many of that continues, our senior centers and our NORCs doors are open, and we are grateful for that. So I am glad to be with you in this fight as your Bronx Borough President. It is an honor to be with you, and I say keep up the fight. Where the people are united, we will not be defeated. We are doing this for our brothers and our sisters who do not have a voice, who feel hopeless, who feel that work is not being done. We need all of you as agents of change in our community to stand up, to talk about what is important for you and your families. Healthy food, quality health care, senior centers, NORCs, fighting against elder abuse and identity theft, and keeping you safe in your community. That is important and all a part of the blueprint of what we share in our values. So again, LiveOn New York, RAIN Total Care, all of our partners, Riverdale Y, so many that do this work every single day. We want to encourage you to keep on going, keep on fighting, keep representing our older adults, because at some point we are all going to get older. And the way we treat you now is the way that we want to be treated, right? And so we want to make sure we love on our older adults, our grandmothers and grandfathers and great-grandparents, because you all have done the work when no one did this work. And we owe it to you to stand up and walk with you on this journey as you advocate for you and for your colleagues. So once again, I'm glad to be here. Thank you to LiveOn New York for starting off this 5-borough campaign in the borough of the Bronx, because the Bronx is unlike any place else. We do things different uptown. And I want to say thank you and to my sister and my colleague and another champion for all of our older adults, my sister, Councilmember Althea Stevens, who will be voting on a budget. And we have to make sure that we get everything we want and need in that budget. But I say thank you all. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep pushing. And may we continue to do this work together. God bless you all. Gracias a todos. Que Dios te bendiga. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Torres.
A round of applause to our borough president. Come on, let's hear it. Someone that champions the cause. And she made me think of something, and I'm going to ask you to engage in this very brief exercise. I would like for all of you to try and close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to think of when you were 10 years old. I want you to open it, and I want you now to see yourselves where you are today, how quick time has passed. And that's why we have to prepare for the future, and that's why you count, because you have been part of our past, and our present will become our past. And now to introduce to you to our council member, Althea Stevens.
Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all feeling out there? Well, y'all look good. I see y'all signs. These signs look amazing. Could we give it up to all these folks that brought their signs out here today? Hold your signs up so they can see it. Well, I'm Councilmember Althea Stevens of District 16, so welcome to the District of 16. We are excited to have you guys here. I'm very lucky to have Borough Hall in my new district, so I'm really excited about that. But no, thank you guys for being out here to advocate. For those who don't know, I am probably one of the only council members who are hyper-focused on fixing the human service sector. Because like our borough president talked about, pay parity is real, making sure that you guys have the money to function is real, and those things have been ignored for a really long time. And so when we talk about pay parity, I have a prevailing wage bill for human service sector because that's what's important. When we talk about making sure that you guys are actually getting paid to do the services, I also have a bill on that as well about procurement reform. So please know that I'm here to fight with you and make sure that you get everything that you deserve. It was said already that a budget is a moral contract of what we believe is important. And if we are saying that seniors are not important, at this point, I don't know what is. Because everything is being cut, and that is unacceptable. We are here. I stand on the shoulders of each and every one of you here. I would not be here of the work of each of the seniors who did the work before me, because each of you are history makers. And so I am only here because of the work that you've been able to do. So it is my obligation to make sure that you get everything that you need and deserve to age with dignity. Because that's something that's not talked about. How are we ensuring that you're aging with dignity, that you are getting the things that you deserve, that you do not have to stand on lines to beg for things that you are owed? So it is our responsibility to fight at City Hall to make sure that you get everything that you need to thrive and stay in your homes, because that's what's important. So please believe that you have a fighter in me. I'm going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to push. You guys also have an amazing chair, Crystal Hudson, who always says she's making seniors sexy again. So she's making seniors sexy, and we're going to work to make sure that all those things that was in the preliminary budget are not there anymore. We're going to make sure that you have your the food is provided for the senior centers. We're going to make sure that home delivery services are restored. We're going to make sure those things are there because those things are important. Because like our borough president said, when we asked you guys to vote, you showed up. So guess what? We're going to show up for you. So thank you guys, and we're going to keep fighting.
Thank you.
Come on, let's hear it for Councilmember Althea Stevens. Louder, louder. Okay. And now to introduce the director of the New York Academy of Medicine Center for Healthy Aging, Ms. Elana Kiefer.
Hello. Thank you, Borough President Gibson and Councilmember Stevens, the amazing staff at LiveOn New York for hosting today's event, and for all of your leadership and commitment to health equity and healthy aging in the Bronx. My name is Ilana Kiefer. I work a little bit downtown in East Harlem at the New York Academy of Medicine as the director of the Center for Healthy Aging. We like to call it NIAM. And at NIAM, can you guys see me? I know I'm like 5'1". I'm like standing on my tippy toes. Okay. We conduct innovative research, programs, and policy initiatives to ensure that everyone has access to good health and health care. One of our priority areas is healthy aging, which we've been working on since 2009 with the Mayor's Office and City Council to improve the health and well-being of all aging populations through both immediate and long-term systemic changes. And back in 2018, NIAM developed the Age-Friendly Brooklyn strategy in collaboration with then Borough President Eric Adams, and we surveyed over 2,000 residents, and we used the data from those surveys to launch it with, as well as our Image NYC map, with a lot of different data and information on older adults across the city. With all that information, we launched the Age-Friendly Brooklyn report that gave the Borough President's Office 33 recommendations to make that borough a better place to grow older. In 2019, we did the same thing with then Borough President Gail Brewer. And today, we are here to work on surveying all of you and your friends and family. So we have launched the Aging Well in the Bronx survey, so that we can work with the Borough President's Office and council members to make sure that the Bronx is the best place to grow older. So we actually brought some copies of the survey today. It is over there on that table. You can fill it out today, both in English and in Spanish. We also have flyers, so you can take it home and fill it out online if you want instead. And also, if any of you work with older adults, which I think many of you do, we hope that you'll share the survey with anyone you know that is older and that wants to give their feedback on growing older in the Bronx. We have the survey available in English, Spanish, Bengali, Italian, Russian, and Chinese. So, and I want to give a special shout out to Councilmember Eric Dinowitz and Councilmember Marjorie Velasquez, who have specifically been supporting this effort along with the Borough President's Office, and especially to Larcinia Walton, who I know is somewhere here, for helping spearhead this for the last year. So I look forward to working with all of you on this very timely and important work, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I have to share that as I lead RAIN. RAIN is a 59-year-old not-for-profit comprehensive social service organization primarily serving older adults and individuals with disabilities. And this is a program that really looks out after you, right? And I have to also acknowledge right here, we have a veteran that just joined us who served in the Korean War back in the 1950s. So one of the things that we're doing as an organization is that we have actually been asked to serve on the Master Plan for Aging. And we're looking at addressing very key important issues that impact you and how you live your life today. You've worked hard. You've sacrificed so much. We have to protect your interest. And nothing better than to be surrounded by leaders that recognize the importance of budgets, that recognizes the importance of certain policies that will safeguard the services that you so much benefit from and that you're entitled to. So know that, people are looking out after you and fighting for your rights. And it's wonderful that this kicks off in the Boogie Down Bronx. So now I would like to encourage older adults to share some of their stories and how city services have affected them.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Torres, and thank you so much to our Borough President and Council Member for your leadership and your support. Again, as we celebrate the advocacy that we are all continuing to provide as we age, we'd love to hear directly from some great advocates here in the Bronx. So I'm going to call up, first of all, Bernadine Harding. Bernadine is going to speak from, she's the neighborhood shop, Lafayette Estates, Newark. So Bernadine, we'd love to hear from you what these programs mean to you and how important they are. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm here today to let you know that I really appreciate the NORC program in my housing complex. As a senior citizen, it gives me something to do during the day. That's very helpful for seniors' mental health. Instead of being isolated in your house all day, you can go out, you can socialize. They have wonderful arts and crafts programs for us. The lunch is out of this world, and they only charge $2 for it. Where are you going to go and get a hot, nutritious meal in New York City for $2? And it's a complete meal, fresh fruit, juice. Another thing I like about my center is the staff. They're very respectful of the people they're serving. They recognize that they're working with elders, and they make us feel alive and respected. So I just want to say thank you to all of the staff at Lafayette Morrison North Center. We really appreciate you. God bless you for the work you do, and may it continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your advocacy. Great. We are now going to hear from Rosemarie. Rosemarie is from Mid-Bronx, and I'd love to hear what you have to say, Rosemarie.
Just be careful, Mommy.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rosemary Bland, and I am the Program Director of Concourse Plaza Wellness Center for Older Adults. I would like to say that I enjoy working with seniors. I think that, like Mayor Koch has said, that he was ordained to be mayor of New York City. I think I'm ordained to be a director of a senior center. Why? It's because I care, for seniors. We thank God for the services that's being offered, to seniors, but more can be offered. They need better housing. They work hard all their life. And once they retire, they're looking for something. And I think that we owe our seniors more than just a place to come and socialize. They need better housing. Even when it comes down to food and, the SNAP program, they need to get more so that they could continue to be healthy and grow. Seniors, when we think about seniors, we think that they are old, they are senile. No, they're not. They're vibrant. I have people in Concourse Plaza that's over almost 98 years old or older. And when I look at some of them, like my 96-year-old, participating in Zumba, doing, chair exercises, dancing, and all this. And I'm looking at them and I say, Lord, I am amazed. Because one thing, they may be in their 90s, but they look like they're in their 70s. God is good. And we have to respect our seniors and care for our seniors. And I would like to see, seniors get more than what they're getting besides just a senior center. So my job is to try to tap into whatever resources that I could find to make my seniors happy. I remember one time I had a senior that came to the center, and all she would just do is just sit there. And I began to talk to her, and she said, you know what, I can't do nothing. And I said, yes, you can. You can do something. I said, you can participate in some of the activities. So, I took the time out, and I taught her how to crochet. And she began to crochet, and she began to make things, and she began to feel good about herself. We need more, mental health services in the senior center. There's so many things that our senior need, and it's our responsibility to make sure that they get exactly what they need. And thank God for this, platform. Thank God for May, celebrating the Older American Act. Seniors are important. They are important to each and every one of us. We're going to be there one day. We want to be able to get the medications also that we need. Thank you.
Be careful, honey. Let me wrap this around. Wait. Hold on. There you go.
Thank you, Rosemary, for your advocacy and all of your incredible work. We have one more speaker, Pat from the Riverdale Y. I was with Pat last week at an advocacy meeting, so I know she's really busy out there building her community. So, Pat, thank you for your words.
Hi, everybody. I am grateful to be here, walking on two legs, because there were many days I didn't think I would. So I'm really grateful to be here. And I'm so glad that you talked about the workers. I'm telling you, they are so important. There's so many of us that live alone, that don't have family near us. And the only thing that keeps us going are friends that we meet in these centers, that we can talk to each other. When the pandemic happened, I mean, we've never seen so much fear. People afraid to go out and wondering how they're going to get their food. And being able to have someone come in and deliver it for you so you didn't have to worry about it was so important. So, and mental health, and we still have that today. I mean, we've got some seniors that are still afraid to come out the door and to come across the street to a center. But that's okay. That's all right. We see that they get food anyway. And we even have people that will go by and talk to them and let them know that they are not alone. So I want you to know how much this means to me, because if you're lucky or unlucky, it depends where you are, you'll be here too at the same age, wondering how you're going to make it. But by then, I hope you don't have to wonder, because it will be there. And all the workers that have helped us and haven't been appreciated, we need to pay these people. People can't work 2 and 3 jobs and raise their children and grandchildren, because that's what we're doing. We're helping our family take care of our little ones. So they need to, their mothers and their fathers need to be paid for that. So I know I could go on, but I'm not going to. So thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat. So with that, I want to again thank you, Borough President Gibson. Thank you, Councilmember Stevens. Thank you to all the incredible community advocates here today, to the nonprofits that serve them. We are not done. We are just starting. We are going to be fighting for community services for older adults so we can build a more equitable New York for all of us as we age. So we are so thrilled you're all joining us on this, and we will continue to fight as we go through the budget process. So again, thank you. Anderson, you want to close us out?
Muchas gracias a todos ustedes los que están aquí participando. Estamos abogando por los derechos de ustedes. Así que tenemos los líderes en nuestra comunidad para decir más servicios y asegurarlo para las personas de la tercera edad. Thank you, my colleagues. I could not have echoed what you said even better. It comes actually from your mouth, and people heard it. So your voice is the voice that counts. God bless you, and here we are championing and protecting your rights. Thank you.